Wow, this chapter gets so completely crazy. We got Kizaru ending a character Saturn's final scary form, Luffy crushing them both at the same time, a crazy twist in the end, and more in this insane chapter where Gear 5, Luffy finally gets serious. So make sure to stay tuned for this one channel, pairing within and smash that like button if you enjoy watching One Piece videos. Like this one, I want to keep them coming. Make this the video you join. Then knock them up by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future One Piece videos and updates. And now without further ado, let's jump into its spoilers and all. So this chapter is called World Please Respond, and yeah, it is related to the crazy twist in the chapter as we'll see, but more on that later. I don't always mention color spreads, but this time we have the best girls of One Piece like Nami, Robin, and Boa, among others, feature drinking wine together. So, I gotta show my appreciation for something like that. It's actually promoting a One Piece novel, Heroines, that contains short novel stories about these women. So looking forward to that, but back to the chapter itself, and as usual we start where we left off, last chapter specifically with AER and Devon talking to Caribou now. Caribou admitted he's a Blackbeard stan. In fact, Blackbeard inspired him to be a pirate in the first place according to him, so he wants to meet Blackbeard. But Augur and Devon don't trust him probably because he's a slimy dude. I mean, would you trust this guy? You can't really blame them. Caribou, though, says he has valuable information. If they bring him to teach, he will tell them everything. We can't see if Caribou actually goes with Augur and Devon. Or not in this chapter. But my guess is he will, after all. It's not that hard to deal with Caribou if he tries anything, or if he fails to keep his promise. And if he's being honest and knows useful stuff that Blackbeard doesn't know, obviously they could gain useful information. Thus there's nothing to lose and a lot to gain. So I'd be very surprised if he doesn't go with them. Then we cut to the Marines, and this time we can see the names of all 9 Vice Admirals and Egghead. And man, I totally forgot. There were this many. Let's just be thankful there aren't 9 Vice Admiral Garps here. Since obviously not all Vice Admirals are created equally, as we're about to see very soon in a comedic way anyways, we get the names of the nameless Vice Admirals, including Palsky, the one with the sunglasses, and Chintosa, the one with the big fat beard, Urban, the one with the protruding bottom teeth, Hound, the one with the light tie and glasses, and Guillotine, the one with the sunglasses, skunk hair, and long beard. And we already know Doberman Bluegrass and the man that looks like a long-necked dinosaur or Red King. That is a boatload of Vice Admirals right there. Literally, luckily, they're having big problems with the Pacifistas, since the Pacifista bubble shields can block cannonballs. I love watching the Pacifistas being used to our advantage for a change. I love to see the Marines getting a taste of their own medicine, having their own weapons turned against them. It's so beautiful. Doberman orders all the Viceadal to hunt down Bonnie as the top priority. Nothing new since we had a similar situation, and killed a higher authority game happening earlier in this arc as well. They want to take out Bonnie and reclaim control. But they got to get through the Straw Hats first, which we all know is not going to happen. After all that backstory, there is no way Oda is going to let them end young Bonnie's whole career. We see that Admiral Tulsa, aka Fatbeard Guy, is chasing Frankie's group, and he's about to attack them with a grappling technique called Tagami Earth T Bite Chew. That has equal power to 10 Shans, however. Then something beautiful happens, and something I alluded to, he is crushed by and Bargy, and not just that, they use normal attacks to do it, bro. These giants are huge game changers. I already had faith in the Straw Hats even without them. But I don't know, with the giants here too, I feel like it's almost going too smoothly right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is the fact that the giants are there a bit of a overkill, or are they essential for the Straw Hats getting out of here alive? Let me know what you think either way. It's funny to see them crushing Vice Admirals like Fly's Dory and Brogy, then leave Frankie's group with some giant warriors so they can bring them back to their... Sanji and Vegapunk are still in the middle of the island, so Dory and Brogy head over there to help them. Now hopefully we don't lose one of these 2 legends to Saturn in the upcoming chapters, but I fear Saturn may have to take someone big down. Just to maintain some dignity, as an elder Dory says, Vegapunk must be the man that quote-unquote scholar told us about, and let me know if you have a guess as to who this quote-unquote scholar in question is. Meanwhile, old Grammy Vice Admiral Bluegrass is riding a CB Beast weapon with the not-so-old but rather attractive Vice Admiral Dahl Bluegrass asks if Dahl has seen the strength of the giants, and Dahl responds that Yashi worked under Sowl's command 20 years ago, and I appreciate every shout out to Sowl. Got to love the giant who saved Nico Robin, our precious Robin, and for real, you just got to love the giants in general at this point. I'm feeling like Usopp over here. I'm so excited in contrast to some early but seemingly misleading spoilers that were going around. We're told that there is nothing about Zoro, Jim Brook, and Uso's group in this chapter. I waited for full spoilers before making this video, but earlier on there were some claiming Zoro and Jinbei beat Lucci with a combined attack. But I'm glad that that doesn't seem to be the case, because I don't want Jinbei to cheapen Zoro's victory if possible. I don't think Zoro independently overpowering Lucci is too much to ask for at this point. We then cut to the most interesting part of the chapter, and of course that has to do with Luffy's group. Vegapunk tells Luffy and Sanji they don't need to take him anymore. Vegapunk once thought about escaping, but now he changed his mind. He says there's something on Egad Island I must protect. So huge props to Vegapunk. The dude is very brave for a not combatant scientist of all things, nowhere close to a oral mad scientist. Most of us probably assumed he would be before we actually got to know him, as if to make him even more respectable. Oda has him tell Luffy to protect Bonnie. So he's not concerned about himself, but he wants to make sure that young Bonnie is okay. Outstanding gentleman, Vegapunk for the win. I must say he might just be the MVP of the arc when all is said and done. We find out that Vegapunk was planning to reveal that Bonnie had control over the pacifistas when she was older, but now everyone knows. And because of that, Bonnie will be hunted. This is obviously very dangerous for her. This part definitely suggests Vegapunk as Straw Hat not looking good. But Bonnie as Straw Hat is still going strong after all. Who else can provide that kind of protection? At this point, Saturn then returns to face Luffy after he got embarrassed by his last attack. He changes into what one would assume would be a stronger form. It seems like his 100% creature form. Saturn's body is much bigger and spider-like with huge and scary eyes. He only has legs now, and no arms in this new and scary final form. He attacks Luffy and Sanji with poisonous leg whips that look like tentacles. Very One Piece stuff right there. Luffy not only avoids them, but avoids them by joking around. Man, this chapter is looking so good for the Straw Hat side, it's crazy. Sanji carries Vegapunk and escapes from the Saturn attack too. Megapunk says, "Hey, I thought I said leave me, Sanji," but Sanji isn't having it, saying, yeah, just stay still. Then suddenly bad guy Kaiser appears and kicks Sanji. Love the matchup between these two. But I don't love what happens next. Me up. Punk falls from Sanji's arms and Kisu stabs Vegapunk with his light sword. Luffy sees what's happening, so he tells Sanji to carry Vegapunk and run. Then Luffy transforms into giant size. And now he's serious, and I love to hear he's finally getting serious because, as we know, Luffy in Gear 5 is usually not serious. In an epic double spread, we see him grabbing Saturn's head with one giant hand and Kizaru's whole body with his other. At the same time, Kaiser even coughs up blood while Luffy is grabbing him. The dude is manhandling an admiral and an elder. At the same time, haven't seen something this similarly epic since Marco vs. Queen and King. At the same time, Luffy then smiles with these two S's opponents and says, "There's no way I'm letting you guys go." Kaiser is speechless. All we get is ... from him. Nothing new in this arc, and Sanji and Vegapunk are now away from the battle, and we can see giant Luffy in the distance. Sanji is surprised to see that Vegapunk is smiling despite his wounds. He says, "Damn it, Vegapunk. Hey, are you dead?" What's with that smile? And it looks like this version of Vegapunk may well be dead, because next we cut to Punk. Records lab. Vegapunk's face suddenly appears on the screen and starts to talk. Vegapunk says, hello, test, world, please respond. I am Dr. Vegapunk, the genius scientist. The message that I'm about to say may shock you all, but this is the truth of this world, end quote. So, as insane as it sounds, it seems like this could be something that gets activated if Vegapunk's original body should die. And now not only do the Marines have to worry about Luffy, they got to now worry about the whole world finding out the truth that they've been trying to conceal for so long. This opens a whole new can of worms that will change the world of One Piece forever. And the winds of change were already being felt for sure. But this is game-changing in its own way. And I like that. It's about knowledge and not just physical hour. This time now, didn't I tell you that this chapter would be amazing, would be crazy, and there's no break next week. So the epicness will keep on rolling very soon. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then you won't want to miss my video. And subscribe if you enjoyed this one. Thank you again for subscribers here on YouTube. It's a dream come true, and I'll see you in the next one.